Catherine Davenport, and I'm going to tell you what it takes to become a licensed professional counselor in the state of South Carolina. Here in the state, we do have requirements that are very similar to the CACREP. However, it is not designated that you must graduate from a CACREP school. A applicant for a LPC in the state of South Carolina must graduate from a regionally accredited institution with a master's degree of 48 hours of coursework that must include the 10 content areas spelled out by the CACREP. In addition, you have to complete 150 hours of supervised counseling practicum, and the supervisor does not need to be on site with you but must be available to you. After graduation, you go into what is considered an associate or an intern position, and you must be under a supervisor for 1,500 hours minimum. You have 2 years to complete the 1,500 hours. 1,380 of those hours must be direct client contact, while 120 of those can be direct supervision while treating a more serious condition. And they do say that of that 120 hours, 100 can be with an individual and 20 can be with a group. You are followed the entire time by an LPCS, which is a supervisor. And to become an LPCS, you have to have been a licensed professional counselor for 5 years. Then you have to do 2 years of supervised certified counseling work with 36 hours of supervision by a board licensed supervisor, and while you are supervising at least 2 LPCAs, and then a 3-semester graduate study in supervision approved by the board. South Carolina accepts either the National Counselor Exam or the National Clinical Mental Health Counseling Examination for licensure, and they recognize 3 levels of title, which is the Licensed Professional Counselor, the Marriage and Family Therapist, or the Psychoeducational Specialist. And within those 3, you do have the tiers of Associate Intern, Counselor Therapist, or Specialist, and then Supervisor. Our scope of practice is fairly broad. We are allowed to do all kinds of therapy, counseling, group therapy, vocational counseling. We are also allowed to do hypnotherapy and assessments, interventions, and assessments of disability and handicapping conditions, functional assessments. They do say that professional counseling is restricted to professional counselors appropriately trained in those methods, techniques, and modalities. There was not really anything surprising in the law that I noticed. Having a positive criminal background check will not prevent you from getting your licensure. That was a little bit surprising to me. We do have the ability to work in multiple settings. And that's pretty much it. I will have the worksheets uploaded to my discussion board if anybody wants to see it.